Hi guys, welcome back to Learning Llamas. In this week's video, we're going to be learning how to make a lava lamp and the science behind how one works. So before we get the video started, we're going to be needing some ingredients. We're going to need some vinegar. It's got to be distilled. We're going to be needing some baking soda, a red cabbage, which we're going to use as an indicator. A clear glass bottle or a plastic bottle works too. Some oil, it doesn't really have to be sunflower oil, vegetable oil would work as well. A measuring cylinder to measure out our ingredients. Now if you don't have the ingredients that I have listed down below here, you can always check down below to see if the other ways to make a lava lamp works for you. So the first thing we're going to do is to make our indicator. Now an indicator is a color changing solution that is going to change pinkish red when an acid is present, or bluish green if an alkaline is present. As I said before, to make our indicator, we're going to need some not so red cabbage, and we're going to have to chop this up. Now we're not going to need to chop the entire thing up, so I would say about a third of the cabbage, and then you need to chop the cabbage into long strips and put it in a bowl. Now once you've put your cabbage in a bowl, you're going to need some hot water and pour it over the cabbage and leave it to sit for 10 minutes. Now because we're going to be using knives in hot water, please ask an adult for help to do these things, as we don't want to cause any injuries. As you can see, our cabbage juice mixture has turned purple, which means it's now ready to be strained. Now we're going to strain our cabbage juice, as I said before, and we're going to use a sieve. So I'm going to put this on top of the tiny bowl, and I'm going to carefully sieve this. Put this mixture through the bowl. So I'm going to leave the cabbage aside, and now I have my purpley solution. Now we're going to measure out 50 milliliters of this cabbage juice. Now this cabbage juice is known as an indicator, specifically a pH indicator, which detects whether something is either acidic or if it's a base. Now look carefully, when I add the vinegar into the solution, it's going to change color. We're going to add 50 milliliters of vinegar to this solution. Did you see the change in color? This is because vinegar is an acidic solution. So when it comes in contact with the cabbage juice, it turns pink. Now we're going to put our pink solution aside, and we're going to grab our glass that we're going to use to put our lava lamp in. Now we're going to need some baking soda now. And we're going to put just enough that it fills the base of the tube. As you can see, it is now filled to the bottom of the base, and now we can add our oil. Now you're going to have to add a generous amount of oil here in order to see the reaction taking place. So we're going to fill this up with some oil. We have to be careful to pour it gently so it doesn't stir up the baking soda. Now that we've done that, we can move on to the next step. Now we're gonna get our pink mixture and we're gonna slowly add it to our oil and baking soda solution. You can see that now the vinegar is reacting with the baking soda and a lava lamp is being formed. You can see that the color has changed a bit, as it's not as pink as it used to be. It's slightly purple now, and this is because the acid has reacted with the baking soda. Now baking soda is a base, so when the cabbage juice comes in contact with the base, it's going to change color again. Now I've left this solution out for 5 minutes and you can clearly see that there's a difference in the color. So this is our cabbage juice and vinegar mixture, which turned pink, and this is just our cabbage juice. Now if I add some baking soda to this, it's going to change color, but it's not going to be pink. Can you see the color change? If I mix it a bit, yep, it's turned blue. So this is because, as I said, it's a base. So when bases come in contact with the cabbage juice, it's going to turn blue. But when an acid vinegar comes in contact with the cabbage juice, it's going to turn pink. Now if I mix these two together, what am I going to get? I'm going to get a purple solution, which explains why the lava lamp is the same kind of purple solution as it is. The oil sits on top and is not mixing with the water. This is a term we call hydrophobic in science. It's scared of the water. As we saw today, our lava lamp was very bubbly and it did change color as it started off pink and then started to turn a little bit blue. Now, why is that? As I said before, do you remember the cabbage juice? The cabbage kind of water mixture is our indicator. Now, if I add an acid to that cabbage juice, it's gonna turn pink. But if I add a base, it's gonna turn blue. So if I added vinegar and to the cabbage mixture and it turned pink, does that mean it's an acid or is it a base? Correct, it's an acid, which means the baking soda is gonna have to be a base. Now when you add these two together, they form a chemical reaction, which is why you saw lots of bubbles being produced. Now these bubbles are carbon dioxide bubbles, and because gases are less dense than liquid, they rise to the top. That's why you saw the bubbles going to the top. But then after a while they pop and the mixture falls back down. Now this reaction happens over and over again, which is why you can see a lava lamp.